Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
You think you the best? You think you can hang with us? Take my word for what it's worth. My word is bond. You weak and strong, I gotta carry on till the end. You must defend. On the scale of 1 to 10, I am an 11. Who is first? Who is last? And if you ask, you know that I am not the one you'll pass. Cause I'm going to the top. It's non-stop. Look, I'm living on this one to burn the grass. Like this, like this, like. There can only be one. Enjoy the show.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Abu Dhabi. Welcome to coverage of the Final Four in the 25th anniversary edition of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. For the first time in its history, the EuroLeague takes its marquee event outside the continent of Europe, and so tonight the majestic Etihad Arena hosts the semifinals. AS Monaco make just their second appearance in the Final Four. The last time the Monegasques advanced to this stage of the competition, they lost in the semis in Lithuania to none other than the foe they face tonight, three-time champions Olympiacos. 7 players from that losing squad get off the bus in Abu Dhabi, but tonight they are led by 3-time champion Vasilios Spanoulis, who won 2 of his titles with Olympiacos.
I have been in this position like a player, so we respect every opinion, but we are ready to give a big fight against a great team.
We played a great game at Olympiacos. I got the team, we shared the ball very, very well and played physical on defense. That's the game plan today. Like, we got to be physical from the first second of the game and just play our team basketball.
Well, as for Olympiacos, the Greek Giants make their 4th trip in a row to the Final Four, but the Reds have come up empty in Belgrade, Kaunas, and Berlin respectively. Could the Emirates be the place where they find victory? We hear now from 3-time EuroLeague Coach of the Year, Georgios Bartzokis.
First of all, I don't believe that there are a lot of things that haven't been said until now. It's a very important tournament for all the teams that are participating. For us also, the pressure is huge, of course, as you know. But at the end of the day, it's basketball. We need to enjoy it. We need to play together as we do the whole season.
The team is locked in. We prepare ourselves. We work hard. We show it throughout the whole season. It's one game. We have to enjoy it. We have to enjoy every moment, to embrace every moment, and everything will be fine.
Well, we've heard from the coaches and some of the key players, and now we bring you live images from inside the Etihad Arena, where Olympiacos Piraeus face AS Monaco for the right to advance to the finals in the 25th anniversary edition of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Liam Canny, your lead commentator tonight. As ever, my privilege to be with you. A very warm welcome to you from wherever it is in the world that you're picking us up in our broadcast. I'm joined in the commentary booth by my partner, George Zidek, 1999 champion. And George, we saw the first game. We know who's already advanced to the semis, and now it's a matter of who's going to join them as Fenerbahce beat Panathinaikos in the opening semifinal.
Well, it was a great first semifinal, and certainly I hope that we have a same quality and same caliber of game as you are looking at the bracket of what's going to transpire here in Abu Dhabi at the Final Four. So Liam, let's hope for a same quality, same physicality that we've seen in the first semifinal, also in the second semifinal here.
Yeah, if you were with us in that first semifinal, you know, of course, that Fenerbahce finally punched their ticket to get to the finals, led by Sarunas Jasikavičius. Still learning his trade as a coach, and he beat Ergan Ataman. And tonight, George, is very similar off the floor as Vasilios Spanoulis, the young coach, will face his old master, Georgios Spartsokis.
Well, it's a special situation, and what a story we have on the benches. Vasilis Spanoulis, he got all his fame in the EuroLeague and this championship with Olympiacos Piraeus. Now he's coaching the other side, and he's deflecting the pressure. He's saying, this is not about me, this is about Monaco, and this is the mindset that he's bringing into this game.
Well, speaking of Monaco, they'll be without the services of Donatas Motiejunas, Peter Corneli, and Johan Begarin do not make the bench. But here are some of the key players, George, who will feature in tonight's contest. We'll start off with Mike James.
Well, Mike James averaging 16.6 points in the season. That's 2 points less than last year. He's playing more of a team basketball, getting 1 more assist per game. So Mike James is out there to win his first championship. Alpha Diallo just got re-signed for another 3 years. So he's playing with a great state of mind. They gave him certainty for another 3 years, and he had superb playoffs. Alpha Diallo could be the joker up the sleeve of Coach Spanoulis.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He could be one of those unsung heroes. He started his professional career in the Greek league, and then he made his way to the French Riviera. As you said, he signed 3 more years, and he's going to shake the hand of his agent. No better place to play basketball than on the French Riviera.
Well, and he's very appreciative about it as we're looking at the Olympiacos players and the roster. Thomas Walkup, after 2.5 months of absence due to back problems, he's back in the lineup, and I really look up to him to start with the on-ball pressure. Thomas Walkup, the former defensive player of the year, he's going to be key in Olympiacos defense, and defense does win championships. I firmly believe in that.
You've already rolled out the defense. We want to get things excited about the offense, and here you have Sasha Vezenkov, 19 points. He averaged 20 points per game throughout the season, and he was 3rd in scoring in the EuroLeague.
Well, exactly. If you have a 3rd best scorer in EuroLeague, he's your number 1 option, together with Evan Fournier, the other key player. There we have him, averaging 17.7 points in the playoffs, and one of the key signings in the offseason in the Centennial, the 100 years anniversary of the club. Olympiacos really aiming high. The pressure is there, don't get me wrong, Liam, but they are aiming for the championship game on Sunday.
Yeah, George, you and I were chatting off air about how well, as we look at the head-to-head matchup here between Nikola Milutinov and Daniel Theis. I'm going to turn it over to you, 2 of the big men in tonight's game.
Well, I assume the sparks are going to be flying inside when Nikola Milutinov takes on Daniel Theis. Both very physical players, longer. Nikola Milutinov, one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. And here Daniel Theis, who's got variety of ways that he can hurt you offensively, but also a defensive presence there for Monaco.
The defensive guard comes up right away. Theis returns to the EuroLeague, having played with Brosa Bamberg for a couple of seasons. He was signed in February after the break, and what an addition he has been to this Monaco team.
Well, here's Georgios Spartsokis, 6th Final Four, 1 championship in 2013. He certainly has talked a lot about deflecting the pressure on his players and on himself here coming to Abu Dhabi. With so much experience, he's such an asset here for Olympiacos on the bench.
And here's his former player. So Spanoulis played for Spartsokis in that 2013 title. You can see 5 times as a player, but it's the first time as a coach. And so who's got the edge, George? Does Spartsokis know Spanoulis' mind a little bit because he knows him as his old point guard, or does Spanoulis have the edge against his old coach?
You know, I think that time will tell after the game, but I would say that small details will decide on the court. Of course, both are very good, great coaches, I should say, and their greatness relies in the fact that they have a game plan they've been working on for the past 2 weeks, but they can adjust. The flexibility, I believe firmly there's on both sides, both for Georgios Spartsokis and Vasilis Spanoulis as a rookie EuroLeague head coach. Not an easy situation for Vasilis Spanoulis.
Yeah, George, we should update the viewers about how the teams got here. So Olympiacos beat Real Madrid in a 4-game series. And as for Monaco, they beat Barcelona, but that series went down to the 5th game. In fact, they won the 5th game by just 1 point, 85-84 back in Monaco.
And what a nail-biter that was, a single-point win. Barcelona had a shot at a victory to make it here and punch the ticket to Abu Dhabi, but it was AS Monaco, maybe with a little bit of a luck, but still the 5th game was played in Monaco, so the home court advantage perhaps played a little bit of a role, and they are here making the Final Four. And perhaps, as you said before, a team that is not counting on. There's no pressure from the media, perhaps not much expectation going here to the Abu Dhabi. So let's see if Monaco, both the coaches and the players, can turn this into the advantage for them.
Well, we should let the viewers know too, it's quite an occasion. George, we're celebrating the all EuroLeague, all 25 team players who were selected to mark the 25th anniversary. Many of those players were honored between the games, and they will be courtside tonight.
And now, let's meet AS Monaco. Number 0, Olympiacos. Number 4, Jaren Blossom Game. Number 8, Jordan Lloyd. Number 9, Yorgos Papagiannis. Number 10, Daniel Tice. 11, Alpha Diallo. 14, Mam Jaite. 22, Terry Turpy. Number 30, Vito Brown. 32, Matthew Strazel. 33, Nicolaitis. And 55, Mike James. AS Monaco head coach, Vasilis Spanoulis. Now, Olympiacos, Piraeus. Number 0, Thomas Walker. Number 1, Nigel William Goss. 2, Moses Wright. Number 8, Luca Vilcosa. Number 9, Saban Lee. 10, Mustafa Fall. 14, Sasha Bezenkov. 16, Kostas Papanikolaou. 25, Alec Peters. 33, Nikola Milutinov. 77, Shaquille McKissick. And 94, Evan Fournier. Head coach, Olympiacos Piraeus, Yorgos Bartzokas.
Well, George, just put us in the mind of the players now. You know, just a couple more minutes before tip-off. They've had a period off from the playoffs, and now here they are. They've got the instructions of the coaches in their ear. But, you know, what's foremost in the mind of the players here as they get ready to tip it off in a knockout game?
Well, I think they have to. We go first to the starting lineup of AS Monaco, I beg your pardon. It's Matthew Strazel, Mike James, Jaren Blossom Game, Alpha Diallo, and the big man in the middle will be Daniel Tice for coach Vasilis Spanoulis and AS Monaco.
You got a small lineup for Monaco. We'll see how they cope with the lineup here for Olympiacos. And George, Mustafa Fall often starts for the team. He'll come in and start the game, but then they bring Milutinov off the bench. There's no rest. You can see Williams, Goss, Vazenkov, K-Pop, and Evan Fournier round out the starting five for the Reds.
Well, no real surprises here for me. On either side, we have the three-man with the whistles headed by Ilya Bilosevic. And he'll be assisted as the umpires Emilio Perez and Milan Nedovic, the three referees that's going to call, who's going to call the second semifinal here, the Turkish Airlines Final Four in Abu Dhabi.
So George, come back to the players' mindset now. They come in, they know it's a one and done. If you win, you go on to the finals. If you lose, your season's over. What's foremost in their mind now as they come onto the hardwood?
Well, I would say that you have to stick to your principles. That's what I think they've been trying to work on. They can fine-tune small things in the past 2 weeks. Of course, they played some games in their domestic championships, but all the focus was on this game, on Friday's semifinal, to book the ticket to the championship game. You cannot change much. You have a lot of experience on both sides. You said 7 players coming back from the team from Monaco, 7 on side of Olympiacos. So a lot of continuity for both teams. I think that rightfully they finished in the top 4 in the regular season, and we should say that Olympiacos finishing first and Monaco in the 4th place.
So Sasha Vazenkov returns back to the EuroLeague, and you can see what an illustrious career he's had. Was the playoff MVP. He's been a MVP of the league before. He's also won the Alfonso Ford Award, and he came back and didn't really miss a beat. And here's the all-time leading scorer with over 5,000 points in his career, Mike James.
Well, Mike James, as I said before, just playing real team basketball here for Monaco this season, averaging 2 points less, but getting 1 more assist in the same time as last year. So Mike James really out there to finally get the championship ring.
Olympiacos make their 14th appearance in the Final Four. It's their 4th in a row under Coach Bartzokas. As for Monaco, just the 2nd time they've ever been at this point of the competition. But they entered the EuroLeague as Euro Cup champions back in 2021. Go ahead, partner.
And not a bad record. They've been 4 years, 4 seasons in the EuroLeague and 2 Final Fours. I think anything will take that.
Yeah, they've done very well. They have to remember they have to get to the playoffs every year to secure their position for the next season. And we'll see Monaco again next year, but it's about the next 40 minutes. It's Monaco in the white, Olympiacos in the red. First possession to the Reds as Monaco start in man-to-man defense. Shot off the mark from Sasha Vazenkov.
Well, expected situation when they try to establish Fall in the post close to the basket. He threw it out to Vazenkov, who missed a wide-open three-pointer.
Yeah, it's a good point, George. Fall gets lots of touches in the offense as a facilitator and a passer. Good defense here by Fournier as he comes up with the steal.
Well, Olympiacos is leading the league in assists, so there's no surprise there. They just really play unselfish basketball.
Williams Goss with the opening basket here as he goes old school up the window for the deuce.
That was a good opening there. He took his patience off the glass. Good shot there for Nigel Goss.
Olympiacos also start in man-to-man defense. It's Williams Goss who's got the assignment to try to neutralize the influence here of James. In the lane, the shot too strong. And Strazel comes up with an offensive rebound. Diallo with the second attempt, and that rattles the rim. Back come Olympiacos in some transition. Fournier thought about it. Good closeout by James.
But Evan Fournier just really stepping up to the pressure to the plate. He said this game is perhaps the biggest game in my career, but I've played plenty of them.
Yeah, good defense by Diallo as he denies the entry pass into Fall. Vazenkov, his second attempt in the three, and that's off the mark.
That was a good contest there by Daniel Thijs, who just went out against Vazenkov. I thought he bothered his shot at least a little bit.
Here's James from the center circle, rise to high ball screen. Stripped by Fournier, second time Fournier comes up with a steal. The pass ahead to Williams Goss. And it's a goaltending call against Daniel Thijs. Good start defensively, George. Exactly what you talked about in our opening comments for Olympiacos.
And we talked about it before the game, as you see the replay of a strip of Fournier on Mike James. All ball. And here the technical basket awarded after the ball touched the backboard. So a 4-0 lead there for Olympiacos early on.
Strazel will start at the point this possession. Thijs with some pick and pop action, reversal to Diallo. He's guarded by Kostas Papanikolaou. Diallo strong to the tin. Good strong move by Diallo. And when you're struggling to score, to get something positive like that, going to the rack, good offense from Diallo.
And great playoffs here for Alpha Diallo, who got re-signed for another 3 seasons. Scores the first basket for Monaco. Very physical player, can drive from the wing.
Yeah, he's a good defender as well. Right now he's going to guard Fournier. Fournier in his return to the EuroLeague. All EuroLeague second team selection. That shot from Goss off the mark. Back comes James. Well, Diallo, oh, what a great pass inside and the stuff!
Jaron Blossomgame with the explosion, climbing the ladder and slamming it down. But let's not forget about Alpha Diallo. He shot over 50% in playoffs from downtown, so he's a very respectable shooter. You have to respect the shot. That's why he had such a good path to the basket.
Yeah, Diallo often in double digits in that playoff win over Barcelona. That series went the full 5 games. Fall comes up with it. Shot clock running down. Vigenkov, his 3rd time, it rimmed out. And you can hear some groans through the arena with these traveling Olympiacos fans.
Well, he had to take it as the shot clock was winding down, but a tough start for Sasha Vezenkov, who's averaging 19 points per game in the playoffs. There's his first three three-pointers.
Well, Diallo came wide open off a back pick. Another strip here by Papanikolaou. And he got his wires crossed with Sasha Vezenkov. George, we talked off air about how good Monaco are with the ball in their hands.
Well, especially the guards. Everybody speaks about it as Daniel Thijs takes a 3-pointer, misses it long and escape. Papanikolaou doesn't get the rebound, but Mike James does. He chases it down by the midcourt. Their guards are one of the best in the league. They have a lot of freedom from Coach Spanoulis. He puts pressure on them to make the right decision, but they can create off the dribble, they can shoot.
See that assist there from Diallo. I think, George, you were saying that they're first in least amount of turnovers throughout the season, just over 10 turnovers a game, Monaco.
And that takes you that they are being coached by Vasilis Spanoulis. Take care of the ball. This is the main message from Vasilis Spanoulis to his players. You get a lot of freedom. You can shoot or you can drive, but take care of the ball. As Mike James knocks down the first 3-pointer of the game.
Well, speaking of freedom, he can shoot from wherever he wants on the floor. And James opens up his scoring account. Monaco up 3 here against the 3-time champions Olympiacos. Great pass to Vigenkov. The floater's good. I love this from Olympiacos, George. He's missed 3 threes. Get him something easy going to the basket.
But that was a smart play by Williams Goss. He tried to establish and bring back some confidence to Sasha Vezenkov, who missed first 3 shots in the game.
Strazel. Great pass inside. Thijs. Good contest from Papanikolaou. Thijs looking for some love from the referee. Doesn't get it. Got to hustle back on defense. How often do you see this, George? So Thijs is complaining about a call on one end and then gets exposed defensively down the other end.
Well, he's not going to get much love there from Coach Spanoulis. You see right here. He was trying to actually get out of the way of Sasha Vezenkov, but the bodies collided and the call was made by the referees. Mike James closely contested there by Williams Goss, but nothing but the bottom of the net. And what an impressive streak for Mike James.
I was waiting for you to bring this up. Well done.
39 starts in 39 games last year, and this is his 40th game in the season. He's 79 games in a row that he's played and started over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's super impressive. And speaking of streaks, this man here at the line, there's Vlade Divac, and sitting next to Rudy Fernandez. Sasha Vezenkov has averaged double digits in every game this season. So 2 players setting high standards of consistency. Diallo pops free. Again goes strong to the tin. Alpha Diallo's in the building.
And this is the explosiveness of Alpha Diallo, who speaks so highly about the organization of Monaco. He said that they give him the first chance to play in the EuroLeague, and he's the happiest player on earth to extend for another 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's his 4th EuroLeague season, all of them with Monaco. Fournier, I'll tell you what, Evan Fournier says we'll trade 2s for 3s all night.
Well, one of the most electrifying scorers in EuroLeague. He can just really score in bunches after playing 12 seasons in the NBA.
Well, his countryman left him for dead. Strazel can't make the 3. In this game now, as he passed the midway mark, he's got good tempo.
And what a series against Barcelona for Matthew Strazel. Just really supported a lot of energy for his club in that series.
Williams Goss with the teardrop inside. Little ball fake to Jaite. I beg your pardon, to fall. It opens up the score.
But did you see the patience of Williams Goss? I mean, he just did not rush anything.
James is 2 off the mark. We've got a foul on the floor. Looks like it might be on Mustafa Fall.
He just pushed on with his left hand against Daniel Thijs. Here's the drive, the strong one, and the slam jam there by Alpha Diallo. Look at the way that he rises.
The previous possession. Well, we're going to take our first media timeout. After 5 minutes, Olympiacos up 3 over Monaco here in tonight's second semifinal.
Almost out of bounds. Madrid will get a fast break out of it. As Middleton's getting blocked by Hines and Papa Nicolau. Unbelievable. Jordi Shermadini to Spanulis for 3. Knocks it down. Olympiacos stealing it. Nothing but net. Olympiacos makes history with its second Final Four title in a row.
Well, George, that flashback coming from the 2013 title in London. We saw Kyle Hines with that block and Vasilis Spanoulis, who was the finals MVP. Hines is in the house tonight as part of the all-25 EuroLeague team.
Well, 25 great years here for the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague as we're looking at Serbian international and the basketball worldwide great Vlade Divac. What seasons we've had, what a drama in 25 years, and there's still more come from here from Abu Dhabi.
Well, Elia Kobo gets his first action on the floor coming out of the timeout, the number 0 for Monaco. Ty is trying to make something happen, and Milutinov welcomes him.
And look at the defensive presence that you're getting with Nikola Milutinov off the bench, one of the best offensive rebounders in EuroLeague this season.
Yeah, he's a 2-time best rebounder in the EuroLeague in 2021 and 2022. Vizhenkov, I think he rushed that, George. Didn't quite get a good release, didn't quite get a good grip, maybe pressed a bit on that shot.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised that Sasha went for the 4th try from long distance after missing the first 3, after not really having that much separation from the defender.
There's Donatas Motiejunas not selected tonight, so it's going to be tough for him. And there's good defense by Milutinov.
That's his strength. He just really holds his own. And he is so long, so difficult to shoot over Nikola Milutinov. And certainly Daniel Thijs found the hard way.
Yeah, Milutinov stands 2 meters 13. Here's a Kobo. Oh, what a good pass inside. Jaite can't convert it, but a good pass from Akobo.
That was another shot that Milutinov just really disturbed. Jaite just kind of rushed it there as he was trying to get a shot off quickly before Milutinov had a chance to establish a defensive position.
Alec Peters on the floor for Olympiacos. A good drive by Williams. Gosh, just couldn't convert. Here comes James trying to inject some pace into the game. James with a good give. And it's that man again, Alba Diallo, making himself available. K-Pop protesting the call.
Playing great basketball without the ball. Alpha Diallo just cutting behind the defense. Of course, a great look by Mike James. And here the ending of the foul. And Alpha Diallo is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
George, we should recognize Kostas Papanikolaou as we see his former teammate, Georgios Prentisis. He made that iconic basket in the 2012 final against CSKA, the push shot that basically won the game for Olympiacos, their second title.
In the great comeback, if I remember correctly, Liam, one of the greatest shots in the history of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, down 17 points in the second half. CSKA clearly in command, but Georgios Prentisis and Vasilis Spanoulis clearly against that in 2012.
Yeah, that's arguably the best final of the modern era, George, you think? That 2012 final, a lot to choose from.
I mean, there's so much to choose from, really. You're putting me on the spot here. I would have to really think about that for longer than a minute.
Well, Papanikolaou, 14th. He's played 9 Final Four games. He's an all-time leader in starts in EuroLeague history. Started 338 times, making 339 as he started tonight. He's going to get on the bench now to get some rest.
A really good first quarter here for Alpha Diallo. He's the high scorer for Monaco with 6 points and an assist. A quality performance there for Alpha Diallo.
So, George, both coaches now going to the benches to get their rotations in.
Well, I think you have to, Liam. Really, this is such a high-intensity game that you really need to break in minimum 8 or 9 players, ideally.
Fournier. Oh, Fournier pivots. Oh, my goodness. It could be a night like that for Evan Fournier.
And we spoke about it. If he gets hot, it's really almost impossible to stop Evan Fournier. That could be bad news there for AS Monaco.
James. The floater's good.
That's why they call him Big Game Mike James. And now he should be called also Iron Mike James after going for 79th game in 2 seasons.
Yeah, he can score at 3 levels, Kenny. Look at how Milutinov trying to make himself available. Can't get a touch. Now he's going to offer a screen to Fournier. And great hustle by both players. McKissick lost the handle.
Just got ahead of himself. Just got ahead of himself a little bit. Shaq McKissick coming off the bench all season there for Olympiacos and usually providing a great spark and energy.
Bullet pass cross court to Diallo, and he makes it rain.
That's the confidence he's playing with. The all playoff series that's been crowned by the extension in contract. I think he's just playing with a great calm and the presence of mind here. You can really tell when a player feels comfortable in the situation. Look at the pass from Mike James. That's the other aspect I was talking about. Mike James just really looking for his teammates.
Yeah, you mentioned, again, we were chatting off air, as we do. We talk basketball all the time.
Well, and economics. You try to quiz me always.
But you mentioned, George, that his assists have gone up this year.
With less minutes play for Mike James. So this is a remarkable trade for this season. And perhaps a coaching change as well from Sasha Obradovic to...
Well, here's Diallo again with the steal. Alpha Diallo's ubiquitous. He'll give it up. And the shot just off the mark for Jordan Lloyd. Here comes McKissick. Fournier goes right at Kalatis and earns a trip to the line.
Well, not easy for Nick Kalatis to step in and play defense against Evan Fournier, who's been out there just passing by. You have to respect the shot after making 2 3-pointers. So Nick Kalatis plays in tight and gets beat. Nick Kalatis missing all playoff series due to injury. So, he's going to perhaps need some time to break into the rhythm.
Yeah, we saw in the first game, if you were with us, fans, in that first semifinal, Matthias Lesor, who was out most of the season, came back and featured for Panathinaikos.
Well, he was out since December. It was the last game before Christmas break. And that was great to see Matthias Lesor back in playing form on the court, healthy.
What a year it's been for Evan Fournier. He claimed the silver medal in the Olympics in Paris this summer.
Well, to be honest, I was not expecting him to miss the free throw in the first place here.
Yeah.
But he spoke about the Olympics as a great confidence builder. And many players do that. The international competition over the summer, they just translate that, the good performance they have with the national team possibly, for the club play.
Yeah, it certainly worked for Fournier. In his first season ever in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, he made the All EuroLeague second team.
That's a tough challenge there by Nick Kalatis, as you see the replay. That sends Williams-Goss on the free throw line, a good player to have at the free throw line. A former University of Gonzaga player. It's on the second tour of Olympiacos. And he's been playing some really good basketball this season as a leader.
It's a team, George, as far as perimeter players go, where it's hard to get in this Olympiacos team because they've got so many talented perimeter players, including this one, Shaq McKissick, left his shot short.
Well, let's see how Elie Kobo will speak before the game. We said that Elie Kobo, one of the instrumental players for the potential success of Monaco. Let's see if they involve him.
Feed into Jaite in the low post, wants to go at Milutinov, who walls up. And good finish with the left hand by Jaite. You love that one, big fella.
That is beautiful footwork by Man Jaite. He took his time, faked him to the right, went back to the left. Good move by the big fella.
Jaite was the Euro Cup MVP.
This is exactly what you have to do. There was no double team coming. So you just take your time and go one-on-one.
Now he plays some defense. Pass stolen. Kalatis looking for someone, and he finds Kobo as the trailer. Good transition defense. Kobo as the Quarter buzzer goes off, can't score. And at the end of 10 minutes of play in our second semifinal tonight, Olympiacos facing AS Monaco. Here's your score at the end of 10 minutes. George, it's honors even, 17 points each.
Hey, very cautious basketball, evenly played on both sides, and I think it's a deserving tie after first 10 minutes of play.
Well, first quarter highlights, it's the 15th time that these two teams have met each other on the EuroLeague stage. This year they split. The away team won into 2 games. So we show you some first quarter highlights. Alpha Diallo with a stunning performance in the opening 10 minutes for Monaco. He has 8 points to lead the Monegasques. It's Williams Goss with 7, the leading scorer. Sasha Vazenkov, 3 points. Evan Fournier also joint top with 7. After Sasha Vazenkov, a slow start. And Evan Fournier says, don't worry, teammate, I got your back. This shot here from Fournier, something special. The pivot turnaround finds the rim and nets it. And there's Mike James showing he can share the sugar. Great assist there from Mike James. George, what jumps out from the stats here for you?
Well, the shooters taking the night off so far. 25% from long distance for Olympiacos and only 20%, 1 out of 5 for La Roca. On the rebounds, it's the edge, slight edge there for Monaco, which is a bit surprising if you take the size in consideration. You're looking at the BKT player performer of the first quarter. It's Mike James, who had 5 points.
5 points and 4 rebounds. I'm sure he's telling the big players about that as well. Fellas, I've got 4 rebounds. How about some help on the backboard?
Well, he's a strong guard. He likes to get mixed up in the rebounding. And of course, anytime that you have a guard rebounding like Mike James did in the first quarter, it's a big plus.
Here's a Kobo off an Iverson screen. Now we'll get a ball screen. Lloyd, let's fly with a 3. That is off the mark. We'll try to get the 5s organized here as we start play in the second quarter. As for Olympiacos, they come out with walk-up Williams Goss. Luka Vildoza gets his first minutes. Alec Peters and Milutinov.
That was
Monaco response. Sorry, my partner, I beg your pardon, with the Kobo Blossom game. Lloyd, Jaite, and Calates.
That was a second miss for Jordan Lloyd from long distance, but he's a very good shooter, so I think that he's just going to keep shooting.
A strange season for Lloyd because he left Monaco to join Maccabi Tel Aviv. Actually played for Maccabi Tel Aviv against Monaco, and then transferred back. Here's Calates in transition, converts.
That's all experience there for Nick Calates. Good stoppage, change of pace and direction, just lays it in off the glass with a soft touch.
Peters picked up his dribble early, trying to find somebody. He's facing a 5-second count. And you can see, look at how emotional Jaron Blossom game is as he causes that 5-second count turnover.
And Jaron Blossom game is a very physical player. Look at the pressure that's exerting. Alec Peters, who got in trouble, was trying to pass it to Milutinov, but Jaron Blossom game was just all over him.
Yeah, just picked up his dribble a little bit early, didn't he? Calates up the high ball screen to find Blossom game in the corner, and Peters with the foul.
That's a good recognition. He saw Peters coming at him, so he immediately penetrated, tried to go to the basket, and a foul.
The young coach. And there's Tony Parker there in the middle with the gray and the sunglasses. One of many stars, including yourself, partner. 1999 EuroLeague champion when you wore the colors of Žalgiris.
Oh, thank you very much for the recognition, but I think the real legends that we've seen got a lot more under their belt than I do, but thank you very much, Liam, to build my confidence.
There you go.
Confidence builder from my partner.
Here's the Argentine, Vildoza, across the midcourt stripe. Burst of pace. Oh, Vildoza gave up an open look. Milutinov. He's going to go at Jaite. It's a war inside with the big guys.
There's a battle of the giant. Not much of a verticality on that shot from Milutinov, but he just got the right contact and put it over Jaite.
Good backdoor cut from Elliot Kobo, but he couldn't get on the end of the pass. George, I think if you put the Sunday New York Times on the floor, both Jaite and Milutinov would have a hard time getting over it, but they certainly don't elevate, but they are big bodies inside.
And a good pressure there defensively on the previous situation by Olympiacos.
Oh, a little show and go from Williams-Goss, just couldn't convert. Extra effort. Now Williams-Goss just tips it, and Milutinov dunks it. George, that kind of stuff doesn't show up in a score sheet, but the hustle plays, the deflections, the tips, you gotta love it.
It's so valuable for Olympiacos. Williams-Goss just stays with the play. After he missed the shot, he just tipped it off out of the hands of Jaitek. And wide
Watch
open.
this, here's the miss from Williams-Goss.
Oh, you stay with it, look at that, you stay with it. Jaitek thought he got the ball covered, but it's Milutinov that collects the garbage. And an easy deuce there for the big fella from Serbia.
And look at Vizhenkov. George, you gotta love this. You know, that's your star. He's on the bench right now. He's getting behind his teammates.
Missed first 3 shots from long distance, and he's just playing, or he's acting like the ultimate team player. That's a great show.
Walk up. With a transition too.
As the former defensive player of the year, Thomas Walkup, after being injured for several weeks there, back into the lineup and in his former form as a defender.
Vildoza. We got a bang-bang play right here. Who's it going to be on? It's on Evan Fournier with a charge, and good defense here by Jordan Lloyd.
Oh, he just slightly dipped his shoulder. Let's look at the replay. And it's a good position there by Jordan Lloyd, who set his feet outside of the semicircle. That's a great recovery. And here, Thomas Walkup. I told you before, he is so instrumental into starting the pressure on the ball for Olympiacos. I think so many things happen after he sets the tone defensively.
James exchanges with Kalatis and Walkup.
That's a
quickly
smart
closes
foul.
out and commits the foul.
A smart one because he knew he was beat. Half a step too late on the closeout. Thomas Walkup decides to take one for the team. And Kalatis starts the offense to Mike James. In the corner to Elio Kobo, who is short on the three-point shot. So Elio Kobo getting the touches but not getting the score. I think that could be crucial for Monaco to work him into his usual rhythm, as we see one of the other legends here in attendance, Nando De Colo, one of the players that is still active.
Yeah, exactly right. You took the words out of my mouth, partner. There's Kyle Hines, 4-time EuroLeague champion Hines, 2 of them with Olympiacos.
Well, inside they go to Walkup. And Alec Peters misses his shot. You don't see that too often from Alec Peters.
He averages over 50%. It's about 54% from behind the arc. He doesn't throw up many air balls, you're right.
And also not an easy situation for Alec Peters. He was a starter last year, but this year he's coming off the bench. I mean, he's accepted it if you look at the depth of Olympiacos, but certainly a different role than he had last year.
James penetrates, kicks, gets it back. He'll rise. Yeah, he's looking for the call, George, isn't he? It just shows you how clever he is. He's looking for the contact. And he's going to go to the line now, James, and throw it thrice.
But he's been so closely guarded. If you remember, the first defensive play was the slap off the ball by Evan Fournier. That was the first defensive play in the game. They are not making it easy for Mike James to create any sort of a space. And it's going to be 3 free throws for Mike James. That's his 11th season in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Of course, as you said before, early on in the broadcast, he's the all-time leading scorer, playing the last 4 seasons with Monaco.
Yeah, George, he's got 5,242 points coming into tonight's game. As you mentioned, what an illustrious career he has. 2019, he was the Alfonso Ford winner with Milan. He's a 2-time All-EuroLeague first-team selection, including last year. And this year, a member of the second team.
But still looking for the first championship. And this is something interesting that Coach Spanuli said. Mike James just cannot focus on winning the championship. He has to let it come to himself. He has to be very patient. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to win here in Abu Dhabi.
Well, here's Walkup, guarded closely by Strazel. Trying to initiate the offense. Sabin Lee with his first touch. Yeah, good defense by Monaco. They force the difficult shot. Tice with the quick outlet pass ahead! Just off the mark, and great vision by that man, Nick Kalatis.
Well, that surely would have been a candidate for the play of the game if they connected, as Donatas Motayunas is looking in street clothes from the bench. Mike James, 8 points here today, and he's the all-time Final Four. He's at average of 7, so surpassing his average already in the first half.
Well, right now, Monaco up a penny as we approach the midway mark in the second quarter, and Strazel with some really good, strong on-the-ball defense. Bezhenkov back on the floor. Can he find his touch? Trying to pick and pop for a walk-up, and it's just really good on-the-ball defense from Monaco. They forced that shot from Milutinov, but George, you'll live with that if you're Monaco.
That's a soft touch there by Milutinov after great defense by Monaco. They've been just really playing some quality defense.
Both teams been straight man-to-man defense, eyeball-to-eyeball defense. Kalatis turns the corner on the screen, fumbles it. Now he's got a matchup he likes. He's going to pull Milutinov away from the basket. Strazel with the runner. No good.
A good box out there for Olympiacos. They are just really limiting the second options there. Second chances for Monaco.
You can see Kalatis doesn't like the call.
But really, you expected, Liam, coming to the game, you expected physicality and defense primarily for Olympiacos, but you're really getting some quality defense face-to-face, chest-to-chest for Monaco as well.
Yeah, you can see the traveling fans here. George, we're in Abu Dhabi. First time we're playing the Final Four outside the continent of Europe, and all credit to the fans who've made the journey to this part of the world. Oh, Sabin Lee with the blow-by. Strong to the 10, he just can't convert. But he left his defender on the three-point line. As quick as you like, Lee's going to go on the left hand. He'll rise and draw the foul on Daniel Tice.
And that wasn't a bad recovery there by Daniel Tice, who just really tried to play clean with a block. But at the end of the day, he picks up his second personal foul, and not very happy about it, Daniel Tice.
And Sabin Lee joined the team this season. Lee came in after round 28 from Maccabi Tel Aviv, another perimeter player for Coach Bartzokas.
And I'll get back to that later. I mean, he's been having some interesting season as well.
James with a clean look at a three. Just pivots on the inside foot. Knocks down the three.
And he's the high scorer for Monaco at 11 points. And if you are Olympiacos, this is not what you want to do, get Mike James gone. Well, he's got 19 performance index rating. That tells you about the quality of play. Sasha Vezenkov is missing an easy one off the glass on the drive.
Good pass inside by James, and you can see what Blossom Game thinks about that.
But that's very unselfish basketball that we are seeing here from Monaco. They are really looking to make the extra pass here.
10 assists so far for Monaco. George, well spotted. Only 5 for Olympiacos, and they're the team who are renowned for sharing the basketball. Good strip by James. Strazel in the open floor, moves it on one. Diallo upstairs! Oh, what great fast break basketball here from Monaco!
That's showtime by AS Monaco here in Abu Dhabi.
Right in front of Vladi Divac, who knows a bit about showtime in his professional career. Great play by Monaco. George, as you say, it started with the defense, and Bezhenkov with a three, and just the faintest of contacts will send him to the line. Here's the defense by James with the strip. Strazel somehow moves it on one. We go upstairs and punctuated at the end by Daniel Tice. Great fast break basketball by the team from the Riviera.
Look at the way that Daniel Tice is rising and bringing it down. This is some serious athleticism and very fired up. Mike James, he is feeling it.
He's... I can...
Well, here we are in the second quarter with Olympiacos Piraeus 26, AS Monaco 31.
Yeah. Well, a feature of our telecast this year, the Turkish Airlines flight time. We identify a player who gets airborne early on here. Great pass by Diallo. And Jaron Blossom game stuffs it. I love the bounce pass, George. The bounce pass is a scoring pass. And Jaron Blossom game punctuates with the stuff. Well, look at that, George. Exactly what you talked about. Monaco with 11 assists. And right now, Olympiacos aren't quite humming as they usually are. Just 5 assists at this juncture of the game.
Well, and what I'm thinking is that Monaco is really playing without any pressure. They are playing aggressive defense, having fun offensively, looking to make an extra pass. This is really a mark of a team that has come at the top form here to Abu Dhabi and the Final Four.
Yeah, you're right, George. It's the on-ball defense of Monaco, especially Strazel, making the entry passes difficult, making it hard for Olympiacos to get into their sets.
But don't you just feel that Monaco is really having fun playing basketball here? There's absolutely no tension, no fear.
Yeah, well, you're right. So they're the underdogs. But, George, I didn't want to bring this up, but here I go. So in 2023, these two teams
I knew you were going to bring it up.
They met in Kaunas. You and I were there in the semifinals. Monaco were ahead, and then that third quarter killed them.
They were up by 12 points at halftime, playing very good basketball. Yeah. But you know what was the partial score in quarter 3?
You're going to tell me, aren't you?
It was tragic.
Go on.
It was horrific. It was 27-2. I think it was the most lopsided result in a quarter in the history of the Final Four.
So from a player's perspective, you know, during the season, when you're going to circle the date when you play that team again, but they've had to wait now a couple of years. Is that in the back of the mind of the Monaco players? Are they going to seek for some revenge here?
I'm not sure, Liam. I think that they really have done all their best to try to push it out of their minds.
Fournier gets to the dots. Good patience by Fournier, pivots and converts.
That's a good play there for Olympiacos after getting the steal and getting on the fast break, scoring from Evan Fournier.
Here's James trying to find someone to give it to. Sabin Lee's going to take his turn. The EuroLeague rookie going at James. A good work inside on the stick back. And it's Alpha Diallo, George, the unsung hero of this Monaco team.
And a super athlete as well. Liam, we said a great shooter and also a penetrator and rebounder. You saw how he stayed on the offensive glass.
You see how physical Monaco are. Look at this! Mustafa Fall!
The big fella just waltzes in and brings it high and down. Look at Mustafa Fall!
Well, this will bring a timeout on the floor from Coach Spanoulis. Doesn't like the looks of that. And so at the timeout, this game very much still in the balance. Neither team can shake free. Olympiacos 32, Monaco 33 here at the timeout. Yeah. We'll take a look here at the contribution of Mike James in his 11th EuroLeague season. Talking to his teammates. I love this shot. Just an inside pivot, but look at this. Here's the all-time leading scorer in Turkish Airlines EuroLeague history. Playing a bit of defense and shows he can be a good teammate with the assist here in a Blossom game, who puts it up and in. A look at the line here on James, 11 points and 4 assists.
And the rebounds as well. So he's really playing an all-around complete game, Mike James says. I'll bring you one interesting stat that I got from our colleague Tim Long, who was doing all the home games for Olympiacos. He told me that when Milutinov and Fall were both playing, Olympiacos is 22-4. Wow. When they were missing one of the two, they were 5-7. They had a losing record.
Wow, imagine that. Remember, of course, fans, Olympiacos finished top of the league at the end of the regular season. They finished first with a 24-10 record. Monaco finished fourth, 21-13.
But not an easy playoff series. They had to go against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They won in 4 tough games.
They did. That last game, they won 86-84 on the road in Madrid as James makes the mid-range jump shot.
So they were really tested, something that you don't expect if you finish on top of the standings at the end of the regular season.
In fact, Madrid had to go through the play-in, as you remember, George, which is such a nice feature of the EuroLeague last 2 years.
And they lost their first game. So they finished up at the 8th spot.
That's right. Paris beat them in the play-in. Vazenkov can't get 10 digits on it. It spills out of bounds.
But give a lot of credit again to Alpha Diallo, who just keeps on fighting like a madman possessed. He just goes after every single shot, after every single miss.
10 points for Diallo. 2 assists. 3 rebounds. Good line. James, his shot off the mark. Back comes Fournier for Olympiacos.
Another bad possession there for Monaco.
Well, Fournier is going to initiate the offense with the no pass. Pulls up for a 3. Maybe a little bit impatient. Hits the heel of the rim. Empty possession.
He had a good look at the basket. I thought Alpha Diallo just fell asleep there half a step.
Here's Diallo off the bullet pass from James. Good closeout by Fournier. Akobo probes. Oh, good pass by Akobo. We've got a foul here. It looks like it might be Akobo with an offensive foul on the pass.
Wow, it is. I did not see that. See Elie Akobo, but a good position there by Evan Fournier. Just really took one for the team.
Again, George, you know, you're talking about Fournier's a star, putting his body on the line. James, a couple possessions ago, an offensive star, getting a steal, doing what they can to try and get to the final.
Well, it was not so easy for Evan Fournier. In his first 5 games after playing 12 seasons in the NBA, first 5 EuroLeague games, he scored 3 in single digits before he got really warmed up and gone.
Yeah, and we saw that with Jetty Osman too with Panathinaikos. You know, he got better and better as the season went on. But of course, Jetty Osman had played with Anadolu Efes.
Well, I thought you were going to mention Kendrick Nunn last year. Remember when he came into the league?
Yeah.
Same thing. Nothing easy and nothing for free in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
For sure, every game matters, and how true is that logo, especially here in the semifinals. Referee's going to talk things through.
We need another angle.
Maybe from this side.
Which one?
Who's the best one?
This black?
This does touch.
Huh?
Red does touch the ball. For me, look like that. Now we go white.
This is
Okay, red.
red.
We have
Now it's
white.
white.
Okay.
White.
And white. You never get the red. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll stay with just the time.
Yeah.
Check the time.
Show the time.
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Perfect. I will check. I change the decision.
The referees reviewed it on the coach's challenge from Bartsokis. This is Frank Ribéry, former French national team football player who plays the round ball game of different sorts. And George, this is we're lucky to be here. It's a hot ticket to get.
Well, I always love to see stars from other sports, and I had the pleasure of doing Bayern Munich home games, and a lot of the footballers turn out for the game.
Vazenkov with the turnaround shot. He's really straining to try and find his touch. That one is short.
I had a good situation in the one-on-one, and a little bit off the block, but you're almost used to Sasha Vazenkov making that kind of move. If he is not double team, and he was not in that situation.
He's so long. They list him at about 6'9", but he's got such long arms, George. He plays taller than that. He's got such a quick release as well.
A tough night offensively there for Sasha so far in the first half. 1 of 7 from the field.
Just 5 points for Vazenkov. Still plenty of time in this one. Second quarter winding down. We've got a second half to play. Akobo with the high ball screen in the middle. Now he's got the mismatch with Fall. Good defense by Williams Goss. Blossom game shot is short. Long rebound to the hands of Goss. And Olympiacos can get the last shot here before the halftime intermission.
Well, they're going to set it up to Fournier. He's not rushing anything.
Fournier here in the center circle. Wants the high ball screen from Fall. Down less than 10 seconds. Vazenkov pops, didn't get the touch. Fournier looks him off. Fournier drives. Fournier can't convert. And the second tip by Mustafa Fall won't go. You can see Bartzokis is remonstrating with his team. And I tell you what, George, it takes some courage from Evan Fournier to look off Vazenkov, who popped up open looking for the basketball.
Well, but if you go to interviews, Evan Fournier has said many times, if there's a game on the line and the shot is there, I want it. He's the type of a player that's going to look for those situations and for those shots.
Here's your score at the halftime break. It's Olympiacos 32, AS Monaco 35. Stay with us, fans, as we go courtside with our colleague Martin Henlon to get the thoughts of some of tonight's players before they go into the changing room. Now, this game has been close throughout. Neither team can shake free. The largest lead, 5 points from Monaco. We're going courtside to get the thoughts first of Evan Fournier.
Evan, a difficult first half, defensive battle through and through. Where does the offense open up in the second half?
We got to get freer on offense, we got to set screens, we got to get open, we got to get into our flow, and we'll be good.
Okay, that's great. Thanks very much.
Short, sharp, and to the point. That's what Evan Fournier was with our colleague Martin Henlon.
But true, George, like, I think the defense of Monaco has really taken them out of the flow they like to get into. We're going to go back courtside and get the view from Monaco. Here is Mam Jaite.
Man, what a battle in the paint that first half was.
Yeah, we got to keep up with the same intensity. We'll have a couple of mistakes that we'll have to correct, and it will give us a great chance to win.
It's great, thanks. Thank you very much.
Well, Mam Jaite just demonstrating himself what a physical team AS Monaco has been in the first half of the second semifinal.
Turkish Airlines, Motorola, BKT, Experience Abu Dhabi, and Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Well, first half highlights in the 15th ever meeting between three-time champions Olympiacos and 2021 Euro Cup champions AS Monaco. Neither team can shake free of the other. Monaco with the largest lead of the opening 20 minutes, just 5 points. Alpha Diallo has been a man possessed. He has 10 points. But Mike James has been Mike James, 13 points and 5 rebounds for James, throwing 4 assists as well. As for Olympiacos, Evan Fournier with 9. And their superstar, Sasha Vazenkov, has been quiet. Just 5 points for Vazenkov at the halftime break. Milutinov pitching in 6 to try to keep the scoreboard ticking over for Olympiacos. Boston game finishing off one of Mike James's 4 assists. I love this play from Strazel. That could be tonight's play of the game right there, and you can see what it means to Mike James and the whole of the Monaco team. Well, George, we'll take a look at some numbers here at the halftime break.
Well, we said it before, very low numbers for the shooters, 17% for Olympiacos and 25% for La Roca from AS Monaco. Edge for Monaco on the rebounds. Well, we'll come back shortly. Let's look at the halftime features.
So Fenerbahce hit Panathinaikos with a 10-0 run to go up by 8 at 13-5. Panathinaikos currently in the midst of a run of 7 points without reply to get back to within 1 as the three-pointer drilled once again by Devon Hall. So McCollum, with Birch setting a screen. Hard drive right, Wade Baldwin with the rip through and baseline drive. Gets it baseline to Tarik Baburovic. Back-to-back three-pointers for Fenerbahce. Down to the dots. Defended fiercely by Nigel Hayes-Davis, but offense getting the better of ferocious defense. A terrific score to conclude the second quarter. McCollum. Oh, and he's on fire. Eric McCollum with the hot hand. McCollum drives, kicks to the perimeter, rotated, extra pass, finds Devon Hall. who answered with a 3-ball from downtown. 3 of 5 from three-point territory to lead his team in scoring with 13. What a semi-final he is having.
That's 6 offensive rebounds here in the second half for Fenner. They've converted a couple threes off of them. That's offensive foul. That's number 5 on Nunn right there.
Kendrick Nunn will take no further part in the game. Passing from the baseline to Baldwin. He rotates it to Devon Hall. Show and go. Oh, and finishes with a double clutch dunk on the drive from the wing. Wraparound feed to Devon Hall. Fenerbahce's leading scorer, dancing with the dribble. Oh, shakes off Lucas with the crossover. Oh my goodness! A 3-point dagger drilled off the hesitation. Crossover move from Devon Hall. Osman for 3, buries it. What a riposte from Cedi Osman. As Devon Hall being defended aggressively by Slukas. McCollum from the half-court logo keeps the dribble alive, working the handle. Big sidestep 3. Oh, what a score from Eric McCollum. Fenerbahce showing wonderful composure as they keep their cool. Tarik Baburovic wide open 3 with the final nail in the coffin of the defending champions.
With the 25th EuroLeague season reaching its dramatic conclusion, let's take a look at which of its stars shone brightest in this historic campaign. These are the 2024-2025 award winners. Paris Basketball's Nadir Hifi is this year's rising star, the 22-year-old guard becoming the first French player to receive this prestigious honor. The season's best defender is Nick Weiler-Babb of FC Bayern Munich, who led the league in steals and demonstrated impressive lockdown perimeter defense. Sarunas Jasikavičius was voted the Alexander Gomelski Coach of the Year for the first time after leading Fenerbahce to a second-place finish in the regular season. And Kendrick Nunn's trophy cabinet is a little fuller now, as he took home both the Alphonso Ford Trophy as the league's top scorer and the Most Valuable Player award. Nunn inspired Panathinaikos, averaging 21 points per game with a series of clutch performances, impressing captains, coaches, media, and fans. To the All-EuroLeague Teams of the Year, Asvel's breakout star Theo Maledon garnered second-team honors for the first time. Juancho Hernan Gomez also earned the accolade for the first time after his impressive season at both ends of the floor for Panathinaikos. At center, Walter Tavares remained a force to be reckoned with, earning his 6th All-EuroLeague team accolade. Evan Fournier played a key role in Olympiacos' regular season success, showcasing his skills in his EuroLeague debut season. And finally, Mike James continued to inspire Monaco, becoming the first player to reach the 5,000 career point plateau. On to the All-EuroLeague first team and Paris Basketball's TJ Shorts. The dynamic point guard led the league in assists. Sasha Vezenkov made the first team for the third time. The Olympiacos man led his team to the top of the standings. What more is there to say about Kendrick Nunn's season? An unforgettable year for the leading scorer and MVP. Nigel Hayes-Davis had the best season of his career for Fenerbahce, contributing in every facet of the game. And completing the lineup, guard Carson Edwards was Bayern's go-to weapon this season, winning his first appearance on the All-EuroLeague team.
Turkish Airlines, Motorola, BKT, Experience Abu Dhabi, and Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Well, welcome back to Abu Dhabi, everybody. It's halftime in the second semi-final here, as Olympiacos find themselves down 3 to AS Monaco. You score 32-35. Players have made their way out of the change rooms. We'll try to get you the thoughts of the coaches as they come out. There's Evan Fournier. You know, George, you and I were chatting just at the halftime break. You can throw the X's and O's out, you can throw the stats out, and you said point blank, Monaco are just playing harder.
Well, they wanted more, it seems, and they are playing with a lot more ease. That's the impression that I got from the first half, Liam.
Here's a look at the past champions, Panathinaikos. Well, they came here to defend their title, George, and they came up short against Fenerbahce in the previous semifinal.
Just tells you how difficult it is to repeat. Yeah. The last repeat, of course, done by Ergin Ataman and his Anadolu Efes Istanbul in 21 and 22.
That's exactly right. Of course, Olympiacos were back-to-back in 2012 and 2013. That was their last title as well. Their first title back in 1997 when they won in Rome, led by David Rivers, the MVP, is an EuroLeague ambassador.
There we see Olympiacos warming up. Sasha Vezenkov taking some of the outside shot. He has not made one 0 for 4 so far.
We're going to try to get the thoughts of the coaches. Here it is first, Coach Bartzokas.
Coach, a difficult defensive first half, both teams. How do we soften up the defense to get some good looks offensively?
I think our numbers in offense, basically. I mean, 8 turnovers for 7 assists are really poor for us. First of all, we need to protect the ball. We need better execution. We don't need to rush. And then, because we gave some transition points in Monaco. So it's going to be a tight game like this. We need some better selections.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, George, interesting stat there. 8 turnovers and just 7 assists for Olympiacos.
Well, that's what's standing out to me. And the assist, Liam, only 7 for Olympiacos and 12 for Monaco. We were just really expecting a very sharing game for Olympiacos as they lead the league in assists with over 20. And we are not seeing it so far in the game. Of course, the question that just kind of drags into my mind is the pressure. Is Olympiacos really, as the favorite, as the clear paper favorite, as the team that finished on top of the standings, is feeling the pressure here in the second semifinal?
It's a good question, George. You remember in the first semifinal, that was low scoring at halftime too. Something like 38-35 at the halftime break. This is quite a similar score, so does it take the players a little bit of time to find their rhythm? Remember, they haven't played a EuroLeague game in a while.
Well, and that was a message from Coach Bartzokas. I thought that I heard right there. Just calm down, take our time. It's still 20 minutes to play in the regulation. We just have to make better selection. This is exactly his word. So I would say he did not go hard on his players in the locker room, but he just tried to calm them down and have them play the typical Olympiacos basketball.
Well, we're going to get the thoughts of the Monaco bench. It's Coach Spanoulis and his reflections on the first half.
Great defensive performance from your team first half, Coach. What do we do to turn this into a victory?
I think keep playing same defense, don't make turnovers, and keep it the same pace.
Great. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Well, simple recipe, just control the tempo. That's exactly what AS Monaco was doing in the first 20 minutes of the game as you look in the shot zone of the team.
Yeah, they got 6 fast break points, but speaking to tempo, only 4 fast break points for Olympiacos.
And they did not turn the ball over. So
yeah,
this is exactly what you want to do if you want to be successful.
Well, we'll show you some still images here. This is the 2 French players going after the loose ball, and that sums up this game. You can see what it means to the players. Coach Spanoulis, a thoughtful player himself, just trying to impart some wisdom on his players. And let's not forget about the emotional side as well, as Mike James shows the elation and Sasha Vezenkov the frustration. And George, right there, that sums up how this game has been played. It's been physical, it's been tough, it's been hard-nosed by Monaco.
Well, absolutely hard-nosed, and I gotta go back to stats, Liam. Mike James got 13 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds for the PIR of 23. What an impressive performance by Mike James. Hats off so far.
You'd be happy with a PIR of 23 at the end of 40 minutes of action. Can he continue to perform? And no surprise, Mike James garners the best performance honors of the second quarter, sponsored by BKT.
That's for both quarters. So he was
right.
top performer in the first quarter. So Mike James is really bringing the all-around game as you would expect from the former MVP of the competition.
I thought Alpha Diallo might have been overlooked in those first 10 minutes, but he's probably the kind of guy who wants to fly under the radar anyway.
Exactly, I was gonna say, Liam, he does not mind. He's the ultimate team player. He just really goes hard and he's just happy for his team.
We'll see who the coaches send out here for the next 20 minutes. It's an eternity in basketball terms. If you're just joining us from somewhere else, where have you been? Welcome to Abu Dhabi. Welcome to the Etihad Arena.
If I am Olympiacos at the moment, I would just slow down, take my time, and I would do all possible to involve Sasha Vezenkov. Get him going, get him comfortable on the floor, and start scoring through him.
Well, you know, there's that game we talked about, George, the 2023, the last time Monaco were at this stage of the competition, and the third quarter will hang heavy on them. They had that 12-point lead coming out of the halftime break. And then the third quarter was 27-2, the advantage to Olympiacos. Can they exercise the demons here in Abu Dhabi?
A good defense there on the first possession for Olympiacos.
Let's get the fives organized. Olympiacos start with Williams, Goss, Papanikolaou, Vigenkov, Fall, and Fournier, the same five who started the game. K-Pop, the captain. His shot off the mark. Monaco come out to start the second half with Thijs, Blossom Game, James, Diallo, and Strazel.
And if I remember correctly, K-Pop was just absolutely instrumental in that nightmarish run for Monaco of 2 of 27, a 25-point switch from the halftime 2 years ago. He missed that first three-pointer. He would have made it. Monaco players and management would have think, oh my God, it just comes again. There you have the five: Matthew Strazel, Mike James, Jared Boston Game, Alpha Diallo, and Daniel Thijs. So no changes on either side from the starting fives in the second half.
Here's Thijs, sets the ball screen for James. Strazel rises to make an angle, and his shot off the mark is going to get his own rebound. Strazel, the teardrop won't go. Into the hands of Fournier. Well, great defense, terrific defense in transition by James. But Papanikolaou converts.
That was a painful look there on the face of Nick Calates. Look at the hustle there. Blossom Game tries to save it, but in the hands of Papanikolaou, who is there for the easy way.
Yeah, he breaks the cardinal rule. Never save the basketball under your own basket because you don't know who you're giving it to. There's Diallo with the two-man game with Thijs. Pick and pop. Thijs lets fly, and he drains the three.
That's an important basket there for Monaco. I think that's going to calm the nerves in a major way for the French side.
George, we've yet to see Papagiannis from Monaco. He hasn't come in to match up with Mustafa Fall or Milutinov.
I was going to say that, but he played only one game in the playoffs, game 5, and he had 17 points. He had quite a good game.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder if still's got some small injury to take care of. There's the three-pointer by Daniel Thijs, wide open after pick and pop action there with Alpha Diallo.
Thijs to pick up after the February break. Remember, he played in the EuroLeague with Borussia Bamberg. Those are great years, 2016, 2018. Played in Freak City.
Three-time German champion with Borussia Bamberg before going overseas to make a remarkable career in the NBA. Started in the NBA in this season, but didn't get much playing time, so decided to come back to the EuroLeague. Got the offer from Monaco, said it was an easy choice from a top franchise with high aspirations. Said it before, 4 seasons for AS Monaco in the EuroLeague, all 4 of them in top 8 finish and 2 Final Fours on top of that. A very impressive record.
Yeah, especially for a new club, George, right? They haven't been on the scene very long. Monaco.
But you can tell that they are really looking to distance. Matthew Strazel with a 4-year extension, Alpha Diallo with a 3-year extension. They are planning long-term, and they are not going anywhere.
Right now, they're playing hard basketball on the Final Four stage. Diallo comes up with the loose ball, and he converts it.
Dipsy-doo kangaroo right there for Alpha Diallo. Acrobatic finish.
If it's a foul on Thijs, this could be trouble, George. This might be his third.
Yeah, it would be his third for Daniel Thijs. He picked up 2 in the first half.
But it just shows you
that's his athleticism.
And the hustle too, right? It shows you the hustle of Monaco, how hungry they are. So Tice is going to stay on the floor with those 3 fouls. No subs coming to the scorer's table. Fournier converts.
Taking his time against Diallo. He got it on his left shoulder and just comfortably waltz in for the easy deuce. Double-digit scoring there for Evan Fournier.
Here's James. Rides the high ball screen of Tice. Gets it back. Shot clock now at 5. Blossom Game probes. He's got to get it up. Does. And one! Well, Jaron Blossom Game will go to the line for an and one as the shot clock is running down. And Blossom Game, the number 4 with the deuce.
That shows you the intensity and dedication and self-belief of AS Monaco. Mike James with another pass here against Vezenkov. Blossom Game with a beautiful move, takes all the contact and able to finish over Mustafa Fall, 2 meters 21, the tallest man on the roster of Olympiacos Piraeus.
So Blossom Game converts. And again, Monaco reestablished what has been the largest lead for them, 5 points, just 5 points in the first half.
Well, with Daniel Tice with 3 personal fouls on the floor, I would try to establish Mustafa Fall in the post, try to get Tice out of the game.
Good ball reversal. Papa Nicolau wide open in the corner, it won't go.
A foul against Diallo. He pushed Vezenkov to the ground. That's what it seems to be the call.
Yeah, you can see George Vezenkov is appealing the referees. He's saying, look, they're holding me, they're grabbing me, they're hugging me.
Yeah, the elbow in the face of Jaron Blossom Game. Well, you commented on the physicality early on. Both of the semifinals are playing in an extremely physical way.
Here's Fournier now on the sideline. And Diallo strips it.
As the defense of Monaco, that's been real this story. I would say, Liam, the word that comes to my mind is alertness. They are very alert at all the times defensively. They are not making any mental mistakes.
Just 8 turnovers so far for Monaco. Here's Strazel. Picks up his dribble. He'll go to Blossom Game in the short corner. Blossom Game trying to get at Fournier. And Jaron Blossom Game again answers the bell.
As cold as ice, Jaron Blossom Game just shooting over Evan Fournier after getting a good position in the block.
Olympiacos try to get something going here offensively. Williams-Goss, Vezenkov exchanges. And Williams-Goss hits the heel of the rim.
They are absolutely not hitting anything from long distance.
If Monaco score here, George, I bet it's going to be a timeout from Bartsokis. James lost it. Ahead to Williams-Goss. He can't convert, but Vezenkov does.
That's a good hustle there by Daniel Tice, but long distance shooting really a trouble there for Olympiacos. Only 2 of 15 tonight.
Wow. For a team that lives on 3-point shots. Good pass inside, and Diallo converts. Great feed by Strazel.
Again, a great maturity there from the young player Matt Strazel, making a zip pass through the defense of Olympiacos to a well-positioned Alpha Diallo.
Vezenkov still with just those 5 points. Check that, 7 points for Vezenkov.
Well, on the paper, there is not a question that Olympiacos has more experience, but I beg your pardon, Liam, but it is AS Monaco playing with a lot more poise tonight.
Yeah, just the travel here by Tice. Didn't get the ball down soon enough. They'll get called for the violation. 10 turnovers each. And Tice still on the floor with those 3 fouls. Well, we're going to get our first stoppage of play here in the third quarter. The third quarter, where Monaco are trying to exercise some demons. They're up 7 over Olympiacos, 47-40 to Monaco. Well, our second edition of Turkish Airlines Flight Time, we identify a player who got airborne. And Strazel moves it on. Diallo puts it up, and Daniel Tice punctuates the break. That's got a chance to be tonight's play of the game, George. And you love to see the big fellas rewarded for running the length of the floor.
That's what you love as a former big man. If the big fella is running the floor, you better give him the pass, Liam. Don't look for the three-pointer. Exactly. Go with the big fella. And the dunk. The spectacular finish on that play by Daniel Theis.
Well, neither team will be happy with those 10 turnovers at this stage of the game. And George, it's a question I've had all season for Olympiacos, right? Is they have so many perimeter players. You know, can they find the right five on the floor to find some flow, to find some harmony, to find something? They're really struggling.
The rhythm.
I'm looking for the word. Exactly right. I'm trying to find the right word.
It's not easy with so many players of such high caliber that would stand out on any other team's rosters. So surely not an easy task there for Coach Georgios Batsokis.
Here's where he's at his best. After timeouts, he comes out and tries to execute a good scoring opportunity. Williams-Goss can't convert.
Had a tough defense by Eli Okobo. He just stayed in front of Williams-Goss. He did not do anything fancy. He didn't go for the block, but just stayed in front of him, make the shoot over him.
So it's Okobo and James, two sharp shooters on the floor for Monaco. Okobo will step into a rhythm three. Money.
That's the first points, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. He already had a 2-pointer, so 5 points and 2 assists for Eli Okobo. He could be a major part of offense there in the second half for AS Monaco if he gets going.
James put the pass right on the money. Vajenko, I beg your pardon, it's Fournier off a curl cut, can't convert. Another empty possession for Olympiacos.
And you saw the contest by Mam Jaite just being his cornerstone and the big man in the middle there for Monaco defensively.
James again, he loves this shot with his inside pivot, can't convert, but Alpha Diallo with the stick back and one to come. Inspired basketball by Alpha Diallo.
But look at the composure on the face of Vasilis Spanoulis. He knows well we still have 13 and a half minutes to play. He's not getting excited. The miss by Mike James and Alpha Diallo playing like a madman possessed.
Exactly right, he wears aces on his jersey. Good numbers to wear when you're in Monaco. And that's playing outstanding basketball.
I'll tell you what, I just loved his interview on our website. He said, I am very appreciative and thankful to the franchise to offer me the 3-year extension. I feel extremely comfortable here, and I want to continue my career here. Yeah, he is really translating that into play here today in the semifinal.
You love to see that humility from players. Look at that, the 7-0 scoring run for Monaco. Look at the physicality of Diallo saying, look, referee, I got the ball.
But
who's the call on?
Did you see how much room was there? Absolutely none whatsoever for Evan Fournier to go anywhere. Alpha Diallo just playing some tough defense. And I think he's got a case there for the referees. He is not backing down from the challenge from Evan Fournier, the EuroLeague rookie at the age of 34.
For Diallo, George, it's his, I'm just looking at fouls for Alpha Diallo, just his first. And looks like things are getting a little bit tasty.
Oh, but what else would you expect in one game scenario here at the Final Four?
I like the substitution. I like Milutinov coming in. Well, it gives you a little bit more offense than Mustafa Fall.
Well, I think they're going to have to change something. They bring in Thomas Walkup as well to increase the pressure defensively. And of course, we are still waiting for Sasha Vezenkov, the third leading scorer in the competition, to get going. He's still only at 7 points after playing 19 minutes, over 19 minutes in the game so far. Just really hasn't found his rhythm.
It's been 5-on-5 basketball so far this half. Neither team really getting any transition game going. James wide open on the ball reversal. And good slick passing here. Look at the passing from Monaco. Blossom game. Ends it with a 3, and you can see what it means to the Olympiacos fans who are struggling here tonight.
And you have to love it. That's his ultimate team basketball. Did you see the circulation of the ball? It was absolutely perfect by AS Monaco.
Yeah, through 5 sets of hands, everybody got a touch. And you can see Milutinov just trying to draw the foul.
A 13-point lead for AS Monaco, just playing with so much poise. Nobody's celebrating after that shot, just everybody calmly going back on defense. You know, let's take care of business as Mom Jaitek just really put extra pound there on the back of Milutinov.
You're right, George. It's been a very focused performance from Monaco, and as you were saying in your opening comments, you know, they're happy to play the role of underdog. They're happy to fly under the radar.
Well, I think they have turned the tables. They are just really using it to their advantage. And you know what comes to mind? They are a team on a mission. So far in the 3 quarters, what I've seen, this is a team on a mission, just playing with calm and poise.
Well, here's where you can put points on the board if you're chasing a game from the line. Right now, Olympiacos are 12 for 17.
Well, but I think it's a mistake that if you coach Vasilis Spanoulis, you limit that. I mean, the 2 free throws that you gave to Milutinov was after a tough check on the block by Jaitek.
Sure. Akobo can't convert.
That's a strong hand that he was driving to the basket.
48. Fournier injects some pace. Deep penetration from Fournier as he gets to the window. He's trying to inspire his team to try and claw back this deficit they face.
Well, he can light the fire. He crosses over Mike James, gets the contact, and it's Evan Fournier at his best in the open court. He is feeling the moment and the need of his team for somebody to step up.
Just the first foul on Mike James, so Monaco fans can breathe a sigh of relief. And finally, the Olympiacos fans have got something to cheer about.
Well, Fournier is approaching his season average of 16.6. This was his 16th point. So Evan Fournier, a good offensive production.
Yeah, Fournier was in the top 10 in scoring in the regular season in the EuroLeague. James, blossom game, makes a good angle and good contest by Milutinov. Now can Olympiacos turn it into points. Fournier wants to run. Vizhenkov had a look at a 3, passed it up. Now wants to go down onto the box. Vizhenkov, Milutinov, just off the mark.
I thought that Sasha was going to keep the ball, take an extra dribble and try to finish it himself. I'm surprised by the pass to Milutinov.
Yeah, me too. He had a size advantage in the low post. Now he's got to come in and defend, and commits the foul.
Oof, that looked like a little bit of a sign of a frustration there from Sasha Vizhenkov, the hard slap from behind.
Yeah. I think he was just too unselfish, George, on the previous possession.
I thought it was a really difficult start when he was open for a couple of the 3-pointers that had to rush the 3rd 3-pointer. Yeah. It's nothing easy if you start 0-3. And here, it was a partial block by Milutinov. What a defensive presence by Milutinov there.
Right now, Vizhenkov 0 for 4 from behind the arc, 2 for 4 from inside it. Blossom game. His shot short.
That's a short spell relief there for Mike James, who's at the bench. And Nicolatas just checked in the game for Mike James.
Again, the drive from Fournier. And Fournier right now has got his team on his shoulders. George, I like this substitution. As you can see, Fournier trying to get the crowd going. You get James off, you give him a minute here, plus he'll get the break at the end of the 3rd quarter, come back at the start of the 4th.
Liam, have you heard this one? Big players play in the big games, and this is exactly what Evan Fournier is showing today. Look at his shot over Mom Jaitek, who came in there to bother the shot, but did not stand a chance.
Fournier with 18 points to try and inspire this comeback. Sasha Vizhenkov, where are you? Just 7 points as Olympiacos are down 2 possessions to Monaco, 49-55.
Having the ball, defending the rebounding is very important. Okay? Hey, hold down. I was on this side, you were foul. Point down. Good screen on the sidelines, take here. Good screen.
George, have you seen guys like this in your career who come into a team new guy, new in the change room as we look at Fournier with those 18 points and just brings some immediate leadership.
Well, but what else would you expect from a 12-year veteran in the NBA? He really was coming to EuroLeague as one of the most highly touted transfers in the offseason this summer, and he is exactly showing his skills and confidence that the club had in him here in the second semifinal in the Final Four.
Of course, Fournier's got honors on the international stage as well, playing for a very talented French team. Calates spills it. Yeah, right there, you can see the intensity of Thomas Walkup. Frank Ribéry enjoying the sides here, and Olympiacos take a leaf out of the Monaco defensive playbook. Good intensity from the Reds.
And Thomas Walkup is fired up. I loved his interview when he said, "We are tough, baby. We are the kids from the port of Piraeus."
Port city of Athens, that's right, Piraeus.
That's the port mentality, Liam.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing here right now in the Olympiacos.
Again, right down Broadway. Evan Fournier lays it up and in.
That's the same situation going to the right down the middle of Monaco defense. Where's the help side defense here?
Important few seconds here at the end of the third quarter. About a 6-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Akobo, difficult shot. He can't get it to go. Here, is it on Vezenkov?
Is it on Jaitek or against Elio Kobo in the shot? I was not on the rebound. I assume it was when Jaitek.
See if we can see it here in the instant replay.
Oh, Sasha had it in his hands. He dropped it. Oh, right here. That's a good call by the referees. I missed that.
Vezenkov had it, George.
He did in both hands, almost slipped out. That would have been huge if Olympiacos could have come down and score again, make it a one-possession game.
Just the 8th trip to the line here for Monaco. Jaitek converts the first. He had that breakout season with Bologna when he was the Euro Cup MVP.
Well, with Sergio Scariolo, who's sitting a few places
That's
next
right.
to us.
Coach Scariolo just down from us here in the commentary position.
Yeah, working with the Spanish TV. And my former coach with Real Madrid. It's all coming around in circles, Liam. We are a tight-knit group.
Well, here we go, Olympiacos. 10 seconds now. Can they have something to say here at the end of the third quarter? Into the hands of Fournier, no surprise. He's going to go at Calates. Fournier drifts on the three. It's off the mark. Good defense by Monaco. And so Monaco certainly put that bad third quarter behind them from 2023. They can erase that from their memory. Now they've got just 10 more minutes to try to get to the finals for the first time in club history. Here's your score at the end of the third. Olympiacos 51, AS Monaco 57. Well, third quarter highlights in the 15th ever meeting between three-time champions Olympiacos and former Euro Cup champions AS Monaco. Monaco right now paced in scoring by Alpha Diallo with 16 points. Mike James has 13 and Jaron Blossomgame with 12. So how important have Blossomgame and Diallo been for the Monegasques? As for Olympiacos, it's 20 points from Fournier. And George, right now, he is the only player in double digits for Olympiacos. Vezenkov just 7, 8 points from Milutinov and 9 from Williams-Goss. It's been a quiet 3 quarters from Sasha Vezenkov.
Well, Olympiacos has to really be thankful to Evan Fournier to bring him back in a major way after taking over the third quarter late. On the other side, it's Mike James supported by 2 other players, and this is exactly what you wanted. Have Mike James not only carry the load himself, but have other players contributing. Only 13%. That's the stat, 2 out of 16. That is a dismal shooting there for Olympiacos Piraeus from long distance. Still an edge, and quite a sizable edge in the rebounding department, 23-14 for La Roca of Monaco. That is a bigger surprise to me than anything else. Dominating the boards, AS Monaco is here.
For Evan Fournier with the best performance honors sponsored by BKT of the third quarter.
I absolutely received no reaction from you on the dominant performance of Monaco on the boards. You got Milutinov, you got Fall, you got Vezenkov, these physical, long, tall players, and they are losing the battle of the boards. Liam, you are not reacting. You are thinking about points, three-pointers, guards.
I'm thinking about guard play, that's for sure. I'm wondering where Vezenkov's going to get involved. So Milutinov gets a touch now. He's going to try and back down Jaite. Vildoza. And Vildoza draws the foul. Let's get the fives organized on the floor for Olympiacos. It's Walkup, Vildoza, Vezenkov, Milutinov, and Evan Fournier. So a 5 for Olympiacos. As for Monaco, you can see that is Alpha Diallo there. He's on the bench right now. Akobo, Blossom Game, Lloyd, Jaite, and Kalata start for Monaco.
That's the second miss in a row for Evan Fournier after he missed the last shot of the third quarter. Jaite running the floor, and a precision pass there from Nick Kalatas, the master of assists, all-time leading assist man in the EuroLeague history, finding the big fella under the basket.
I know it's hard for you to give praise to the guards there, George.
I absolutely loved it. Liam, you saw some emotions from me. Come on.
There you go. Well, here you'll love this too. Jaite, the big fella, goes inside. Fans, if you don't know my partner, George Zidek, 1999 EuroLeague champion with Žalgiris, a genuine 7-footer, also a NCAA collegiate champion, wearing the colors of UCLA back in 1995.
You are really building my confidence.
There you go. Again, George, here comes Sabin Lee, and I've been talking about this all year. It's just so many options for Barcelona. Sometimes you get too many choices. You get too many perimeter players. How do you accommodate them all?
I think it's going to be just a short relief there for Evan Fournier. We're going to see him back in a couple of minutes, Liam. Just a substitution to give him a breather.
Alec Peters hasn't played many minutes yet. There's another guy who can score it. Here's Sabin Lee. Vildoza. Lee probes. Vildoza fires. Off the mark. And George, in that offense, Sasha Vezenkov didn't get a touch.
He didn't get a touch, and Sabin Lee and Luka Vildoza were just passing the ball like a hot potato. That was my perception of the play.
Yeah.
Really, nobody wanted to take the shot. The shot clock winding down. One of them had to take it, and it didn't draw the iron.
Yeah, it goes as another turnover against Olympiacos. Their 11th turnover so far in this one.
Would it be safe to say that Olympiacos is clearly out of their comfort zone?
Oh, for sure. Kalatas converts on the reverse lay-in.
But nothing fancy for Monaco. They are just sticking to their game plan.
And the last two trips down the floor, they've had good passes leading to easy scores. Olympiacos trying to move the basketball. You can see Vezenkov can't get it. Sabin Lee.
I hear that mismatch there as he was guarded by Kalatas, Sasha Vezenkov. Let's see if that counts. The basket is good.
The referee says it counts it. We'll see if Spanoulis will appeal this. Yeah, I think we're going to get a coach's challenge, George.
Oh, that was clear to come.
We'll see what the referees say, George. I think you and I have got our own opinions on this one. Well, the rule generally is, has the player gathered the ball when the contact happens?
Was he in the act of shooting? Did he start his shooting motion?
Yeah, looks like there's the contact and the ball's on the floor. Another dribble. I think this should be possession. We'll see what the experts say. Yeah, they got it right.
Yep. That's a good call by you, my partner.
And Kalatas jumped on that right away. Look at that bounce pass. Just a picture-perfect pass by Akobo.
And a quick reaction by Nick Kalatas among the towers.
In amongst the trees. But that's the contrast, George. A couple of good passes, easy lay-in. Olympiacos right now laboring.
That's a switch on Vezenkov. Is he going to get the ball? He does, but immediately doubled by Kalatas. He's just swarming on him like bees on the honey.
Yeah, they're guarding him by committee. Sometimes Blossom Game has him. Sometimes Diallo has him right there. Kobo switched onto him.
It's really been working. Got him out of his game.
George, you'd hate this if you're at Monaco. 1.5 seconds left.
You see the reaction
shot
there
clock.
From Coach Spanoulis. Just really bailed him out. As the Jordan Lloyd with the foul. That's his third personal foul for Jordan Lloyd.
He stays on the floor. Remember, Daniel Tice has 3. When does he come back for Monaco? Here's walk up. Lee. Broken up. Good defense by Monaco as they try to break now. Numbers for Monaco. Well, great mobility here. As you see Rudy Fernandez on the sideline.
How inspired of a basketball is Ma Jaitek playing?
Absolutely. You love this, George. He's a big man running the break. He's filling the trail spot. They reward him. Right now he's down in a heap. Let's hope he can recover without any injury.
That was a painful grimace there on Ma Jaitek. I'm not sure about that, Liam. This is not looking very good. And Nick Kalatis is signaling to the bench for the physio to come out.
Hard to tell there. It's going to be a foul on Sasha Vezenkov. His second foul.
There's Ma Jaitek down. He's playing both sides of the court really well. And with Daniel Tice having 3 personal fouls, and on the bench he's just really been a big piece of Monaco defense. Look at the lineup they have right now. Mike James has come in to shoot a free throw, so
wow.
You basically got 4 guards on the floor for Monaco, and the biggest guy is Jaron Blossomgame. That's not very orthodox. Of course, Daniel Tice is getting ready to come in for one of the guards.
James, an 80% free throw shooter this season.
That's not a bad tactical play there.
Yeah, you just got to live with it one possession until you could rotate a big guy in. And they're going to do that right now. So Tice will come in with his 3 fouls. So cameo appearance from Jordan Lloyd.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, a 13-point lead that matches the biggest lead of the game.
That is exactly right. Monaco, their largest lead. Olympiacos have led just by 4.
Very aggressive defense there by Monaco immediately after Milutinov received the ball in the post. There was a double by Mike James. 15 points for Mike James today. The Final Four high for this player being 17.
Yeah, great feed by Vezenkov. Yeah, really good slick passing there from Olympiacos.
A bit of a risk there, if you ask me, because Thomas Walkup had it late and he traded it in for a wide-open 3-pointer for Williams guys, but still, I would have taken the sure 2-pointer.
Yeah, especially when you're chasing the game. Look at the good pass inside from Kalatis. Red jerseys collapse on Daniel Tice, and you love the defense here from Olympiacos, George, as they collapse on the basketball in the low post.
And nobody really showed there for Daniel Tice as he was almost triple teamed there on the baseline. He's signaling my fault to his teammates, but I thought that they could have just really flashed to the open spot and helped him out.
End line out of bounds for Olympiacos. Fournier off a stagger screen. Now gets a ball screen. Fournier gets to the dots and converts. Evan Fournier with 20.
Almost automatic there over Nick Kalatis. He stops on the dime. A beautiful move off the dribble for Evan Fournier, the high scorer for Olympiacos.
Tice, yeah, he traveled. Sometimes, George, there's a cardinal rule. Don't give the ball to the big guy too far from the bucket.
I'm trying not to take it too personally. And you see the shuffle of the feet. Daniel Tice thinking about it for a split second too long before putting the ball on the floor. Not happy about it. That's 2 turnovers in a row for Daniel Tice.
Yeah,
Off the double team on the baseline now,
That's
making the travel, so he goes back to the bench.
He's going to get some pine time, and good to see that Jaite is able to recover from his injury. Fournier changing directions, dispossessed.
This is what happens if you have only one player that you're going to. Evan Fournier clearly being the hottest player on Olympiacos roster.
Each team with 13 turnovers. Here's James now. Guarded by Vizhenkov. Diallo takes a long look at a three, no good. Williams-Goss breaks for Olympiacos. Fournier gets away with the travel and rimmed out just off the mark.
They really brought the house down with Olympiacos fans just turning up in numbers here in the Etihad Arena.
There's a Kobo. Whoa! Elliot Kobo! The shot
bank is
comes
open.
down from the heavens, and the bank is open here in Abu Dhabi.
What a play by Elia Kobo. That's his 7th point of the game, but he is a prolific scorer. We spoke about him. I mean, he can score in so many ways. Sometimes it's impossible for the defense to guess what he's going for.
Yeah, and he's got serious range too, Elia Kobo.
And being lefty.
Yeah, you get a half a step if you're lefty, don't you? He had highs this season of 27 points against Asbel, 21 points against Žalgiris, 20 points against Crvena Zvezda, 20 against Bologna. Yeah, he can fill it up.
And if Evan Fournier is going to score his 2nd free throw, that's going to be 24. That's exactly what happens.
Speaking of big men, there's Jonas Valanciunas, looking very fashionable in his slick threads.
It's great to see Jonas Valanciunas at the Final Four. He's been to many before. Obviously to the one in Kaunas 2 years ago, making the trip down here to Abu Dhabi. We're approaching the 5-minute mark. It's an 8-point game, and Monaco just methodically keeps executing.
Yeah, that's exactly right, George. They continue to play the game in the tempo that Spanulis talked about with his halftime interview. Diallo shot off the mark, and Jaite with the offensive rebound and brings it back out.
Over the tallest man on the roster. You don't see that too often. Somebody just out-rebounding one-on-one. Mustafa Fall. That's exactly what happened. I really am thinking that Monaco is playing like they wanted more. And you've heard before so many players say that. Who wanted more will win.
Yeah, you said that at halftime too, and you haven't really seen Olympiacos come out with any more intensity. Diallo. There you go. Diallo just put Fournier on his back and powered it up and in.
That's playing the basketball without a ball. Alpha Diallo just being rewarded for working so hard to get a good possession on Fournier.
Diallo with 18. Walk up will step into a three. You'll live with that if you're Monaco. You'll live with that all day long.
That's just not his game, Thomas Walkup, especially not after missing so much time. Oh, beautiful pass by Mike James to montage for another easy deuce for the big man.
George, Olympiacos are in big trouble now. Jaite putting in a bid to be the player of the game. Look at this. Oh, look away pass from James as he shares the sugar. Look at this. The all-time leading scorer in Turkish Airlines EuroLeague history shows he can move the basketball as well.
That was assist number 7 for Mike James. And give a lot of credit to Ma Jaitek for setting a big screen. It's not easy to get over a screen set by Ma Jaitek. And then he's rolling to the open spot, just using the quickness. He's got the advantage in quickness against Mustafa Fall, who does not recover in time.
Olympiacos are on the ropes, down 12 against AS Monaco in the 4th quarter in our 2nd semifinal tonight. George, if you're Olympiacos, what message is Bartzokas trying to convey to his team now?
The urgency, Liam. You need to see the urgency. You need to dig down, play the best defense that you can possibly play, and then try to look for the open shooter. Don't panic offensively. There is still plenty of time to score, but you have to bring it out defensively.
Yeah, both teams have been nothing but man-to-man. Neither team has pressed in this game. It's been a 5-on-5 kind of basketball game.
Okay, but have you seen the impenetrable wall that Olympiacos has erected so many times during this season? I have not seen it.
No. They always live on their offense and moving the ball well and outscoring people.
So you're putting the Olympiacos offense first over their defense. We had a
we
discussion.
were talking about that, weren't we, before we went on air. You're coming out the smarter of us too right now, that's for sure. You were praising and lauding the importance of defense. 48 and Vezenkov trying to combine. That's a tough shot from 48. And you know what you didn't see in that, George, is Alpha Diallo really jammed up Vezenkov. He set the pick and then tried to find open space, and that's a frustration foul from Vezenkov.
And Alpha Diallo was absolutely not backing down from Sasha, a lot bigger Sasha Vezenkov.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a hard-nosed player, Alpha Diallo, but this is exactly what you need to bring to the semifinal game. It's a one-game scenario. There's no tomorrow if you lose.
Yeah, exactly right. So Fenerbahce won the first semi against Panathinaikos. Okobo. Oh my goodness, Mustafa Fall says, Ellie, don't bring that in here. Mais non, monsieur.
Well, finally just showing signs of life there defensively with Mustafa Fall going high to swat it away to not to the fifth row, but at least to the second row. Ellie Okobo taught a lesson by the big fella.
The two French players, James, his shot no good. Now, can Olympiacos break? Gets something easy. Pass by Vezenkov. It's the right idea, George. I love it. But good defense from Monaco.
A good recovery there with Mike James was talking to Ilya Belosevic, the referee, that he got fouled on the shot. Just didn't really come back, but good fortunes there for Monaco. At the fifth attempt for Sasha Vezenkov, and cold as ice, getting nothing. No love there from long distance.
George, Sasha Vezenkov has had double digits in every game this year, including the playoffs.
Wow.
He's got 7 points right now. James, his shot no good. Now, a quick outlet to 48. Williams-Goss. They've got a mismatch with Vezenkov, who's guarded by James. Spreads it. And the shot from walk-up is no good. Williams-Goss steps into a three off the offensive rebound. That is no good. Fournier the third time finally finds the bottom of the net. A huge three by Evan Fournier.
3 times make it perfect. That's what counts for Olympiacos through the hands of Evan Fournier. That is really off shot there by Thomas Walkup and Williams-Goss before that.
Olympiacos just 4 of 25 from behind the arc.
Oh, this is not a game that you want to shoot 4 of 25, Liam, I'll tell you that.
It's a single-digit difference, 9 points the difference. Diallo, oh my goodness! Alpha Diallo with strong hands goes off the window.
Alpha Diallo says, hello, championship game. Here we come, AS Monaco.
Closer for sure.
He is the high scorer from Monaco, getting all the contact from Vezenkov, who's a physical player himself, a very low center of gravity. And here the president of AS Monaco, rightfully excited about the play of his team.
They're getting very, very close to putting, I would say right now, George, they've got 1 foot in the finals.
Well, and they're bringing the shooters, Alec Peters checking in for Mustafa Fall. So clearly they're gonna go with the shooters, trying to do everything they can. Olympiacos to got down to 11-point deficit with 2:27 to go in the fourth quarter.
48, let's fly. Got it! Evan Fournier gives Olympiacos some hope.
That's big 30 there for Evan Fournier in the semifinal. And was I too early to put Monaco in the championship game? Was that a premature assessment on my side?
Look at the hustle. Williams-Goss gets on the floor after it, and Fournier wisely draws the foul.
Absolutely a veteran's play there by Evan Fournier. He could have started the fast break, but waited for Maajaite basically to fall on him, on top of him, to draw the foul, and it's 2 free throws for Evan Fournier. He says, I want to shoot those free throws and stop the clock at the same time.
Exactly right. George Fournier with those 30 points sets a new career high in his EuroLeague season. His maiden EuroLeague season, his previous high was 28 points against Real Madrid back in January.
Yep, I saw that game.
Missed it. George, as a team, Olympiacos 15 for 21. There's the new career high. Fournier surpasses that previous high of 28 against Madrid, makes 1 of 2. 7 points the difference. Can Monaco keep their composure? Can Olympiacos dig deep and get stops?
I assume that the ball's going to be allowed in the hands of Mike James.
Guarded by the former EuroLeague best defender, Thomas Walkup. Akobo's shot, no good. Now, here's Fournier in the open floor. Well, I tell you what, Diallo will stuff it here in transition, but Alvin Diallo's the guy, George, who stops the transition, stops the basketball with Fournier.
Again,
stuff that doesn't go in the score sheet, I beg your pardon, but makes all the difference. There's Diallo's defense, and then Akobo comes up with the steal.
That's a great presence of mind by Eli Akobo, and the athletic finish by Alpha Diallo, which really give a good high marks to the recognition of Monaco to double Evan Fournier, who's basically trying to single-handedly bring Olympiacos back into the game.
You can see Olympiacos there, down 65-74. George, just to set the scene, this is the 4th time in a row Olympiacos have got to the Final Four. As we see them break huddle. In 2022, they were in Belgrade. They finished 4th. 2023 in Kaunas, and they lost to Real Madrid in that final. Remember that shot by Sergio Yui, came 2nd. Last year in 2024 in Berlin, they came 3rd. They lost to Real Madrid in the semis. It looks like it might be another empty Final Four for Olympiacos.
Well, it's been a difficult stretch there for Olympiacos, and especially if you take into consideration it's the 100th anniversary for the club from being established. You know, this is a real heartbreaker after 3 tough losses that you just mentioned. But we still have 1 minute and 29 seconds to play, and anything can happen in basketball.
That's an eternity in basketball terms. Peters. Swallowed up defensively, and the hustle of Strazel to chase down the loose ball.
I just see Jaron Blossomgame just saying, "Get it out of here, Alec Peters!"
Now, Monaco in no hurry. Olympiacos are in the penalty. James, nothing but net.
You have to feel so good for Mike James. He has really played a perfect game. He made an extra pass when it was needed. He took the scoring on himself, and he rebounded the ball as well.
Good backdoor cut by Peters, and this is exactly what you don't want to do if you're Monaco. Don't commit fouls to stop the clock. Good backdoor cut by Alec Peters.
Thank you, Coach Canning. That was a good summary of the things that just transpired on the court. 2-on-1 situation and stopping the clock. This is really that you wanted to do.
Look at that. Look at the defense. The previous possession by Jaron Blossomgame.
From the weak side, just coming out of nowhere. Alec Peters just could not have seen him. That's the athleticism. Did you see the quickness that he was closing the line coming there?
Olympiacos shows some pressure up the floor. Ooh, that pass from Diallo. Somehow Mike James was able to grab it. So it's a small lineup on the floor for Monaco right now. Effectively 5 guards, good hands, good free throw shooters.
Yeah, just waiting to be fouled. And I was surprised that Olympiacos took so long to foul, to stop the clock, actually.
Yeah. So George, again, just to set the scene, so we've mentioned before, Monaco got to the EuroLeague by winning the Euro Cup in 2021. They beat Unix Kazan. They've stayed in the EuroLeague every year since because they finished in playoff positions.
Yep.
Second trip to the Final Four.
Absolutely respectable to the highest point. What AS Monaco has been able to do in their 4 years in the EuroLeague. And Liam, so many people spoke about a great final.
Yeah,
exactly. Great championship game, and if nothing absolutely dramatic happens, we will not see it in Abu Dhabi.
Unless Olympiacos could come up with something out of their bag of tricks. Vizenkov misses. Shot no good. And Diallo needs to get it across the midcourt stripe. Monaco just want to see out the time. Elliot Kobo thought about it. But Monaco are going to go on to win the second semi. For the first time in the history of the club, AS Monaco are going to advance to the finals of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in the 25th anniversary season. What an achievement for a club that in 2014 were playing in the third division in the French league.
And what a story. They got defeated by AS Monaco, who is led by none other than Vasilis Spanoulis, the Olympiacos legend.
That's exactly right.
What a story, Liam.
The servant beats the master, as Spanoulis, who played for Botsokis in that 2013 championship team, beats his former coach in his rookie season as a EuroLeague coach. And the players commend each other here at midcourt for what was a spirited game. Papa Nicolau, the captain, really couldn't help his team tonight. But this night belongs to Monaco.
But you know, give so much credit to Monaco to execute a perfect game plan, to stay so composed, handle the pressure, you know, push out of their memories the painful loss from Kaunas that you mentioned many times during the broadcast, the 27-2 collapse in the third quarter 2 years ago, and just rightfully advancing to the championship game on Sunday.
George, we're going to break this down with some stats and some numbers and some interviews, but you put your finger on it at halftime. It's just the desire of Monaco, the way they defended. They just wanted it more.
And 4 players scoring in double digits, led by Alpha Diallo, who perhaps played the best game of the season, if you ask me. Just from the get-go was there for AS Monaco, finishing with 22 points on 10 of 12 shooting from the 2. He missed all three three-pointers that he took, but he was a presence to be reckoned with.
Here's your final score in the second semi-final. Olympiacos 68, AS Monaco 78 in the 25th anniversary edition of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Well, stay with us, fans, as we wrap up tonight's telecast with some features, some analysis, some interviews, and you can hear the Monaco fans and Monaco players off to our left celebrating tonight's player of the game. George, who is it?
Mike James, none other than the leader of the team. He was not the top scorer as we were used to in so many other seasons of Mike James in the EuroLeague, but he was scoring when his team needed it, and he was passing the ball as well and rebounding.
17 points for James, and here he is for an interview courtside.
Mike, huge victory. I know it's not a job done. You've got halfway there, but you've got to be thrilled with that defensive effort tonight.
Yeah, we took it serious. We can't answer more than that. I mean, we was locked in. Obviously, it's one game, so we got something else to work for.
1 through 12 as well. Wasn't an individual performance. Collectively, Coach Spanoulis also goes on about focus. That was definitely a focused performance.
Yeah, like I said, we was locked in from the beginning. I think we took it serious. We withstood they run. They fans tried to get into it, and we still stayed solid. So I'm happy about it.
So we get some rest to start to think ahead for Fenner. Do you get to enjoy this for one night, or straight down to business?
Nah. I mean, we came here for 2 wins, not 1. So, I mean, it's cool. I'm glad we got to the final, but, on to the next.
You did not come to be a bridesmaid. Good luck for the championship game.
That was a good saying. That was good.
Well, Mike James has given everyone assists tonight. Even Martin Hedlund gets an assist. Here's the line on James, George, 17 points.
Well, it was really an all-around game, and look at the 7 assists and 7 rebounds, 3 steals. This is a true all-around game. At 23 PIR at halftime,
yes.
He finishes with 29.
Yes.
Hats off to the team leader, Mike James.
Hats off to Alpha Diallo as well. 22 points for Diallo. And look at Evan Fournier. Look what it means to him, George, in his rookie EuroLeague season. And look at this sportsmanship there of Coach Spanoulis, who's going to chat to us now.
Alpha, I know it's only a half a job done, but you've got to be thrilled with that performance tonight.
We got over the hump. Olympiacos was a big hump for us in the past seasons, and we got over that hump. So we got one more game to prove ourselves, and I think we're ready.
That statement third quarter, per memories from a couple of years ago, that's when I think you saw the belief come into the team.
Definitely. We watched and rewatched that game a lot of times, man. I certainly did. So just coming in here and learning from our mistakes. They're a really good team. They fought hard, and it was a 40-minute game.
And you know, a team like Olympiacos is always going to make a run. And it's if you raised up on the defensive end as a collective, Jaron, Mam, everybody contributed, not just about the offense.
Exactly. It was a team effort tonight, man. On offense, on defense, we got it done. And we got some big offensive rebounds, some big defensive rebounds from some guards. And that was the key for tonight.
You get some rest, and we'll see you Sunday for the championship game.
My man, appreciate it.
Cheers.
Well, George, 22 points for Alpha Diallo.
But so humble.
Yeah.
Immediately giving credit to his teammates.
Yeah.
Not overstating the importance of this game. Just all business. I really believe that in their minds they came for 2 wins.
I mean, it's interesting because for me, he's the player of the game. I thought Diallo was the difference in the game. It goes to James. Of course, that's how it goes. I think we're going to go back courtside. And now tonight's winning coach, Coach Spanoulis.
Coach Spanoulis, you talk a lot about focus. Whenever I hear you talk about your team, how is that for a focused performance by your team defensively?
Yeah, we play a really 40 minutes good game, offensively, defensively. We were smart, we were patient, we were focused, and with no pressure, we execute our basketball. And it was a big win against a great team, the favorite of the EuroLeague, and a team that I spent more than half of my life, and I have huge love. It's my second home.
And I know you can put your playing career behind now, so you don't worry about beating Olympiacos. But when they made the charge at you in the third quarter, and your team seemed to elevate, and I saw the focus, not just from the players, but coaches and fans alike. You must be thrilled with the family atmosphere you've got here.
Yeah, of course. This is number one for me, to create the locker room, to create the connection with the players, to respect each other, to be everybody's star on their role. This is my philosophy.
And Coach, you've been a winner your entire career, so I know you're not surprised to be here, but how amazing it is. You joined the team halfway through the season, and you are now going to the championship game.
It's okay for me. It's okay for me. I know what I can do. I know what my team can do. I have confidence in myself and in my team, and I trust my team.
Coach, enjoy this evening. I know the preparation starts at breakfast in the morning.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
George, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at this stage last year when we were in Berlin, Coach Spanoulis was over at the Next Generation tournament as a coach. No, or was it Paris Day?
That's 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, he was at
So he's
Paris
come a
Day.
long way
Yep.
in 2 years in his coaching career.
Well, what I'm picking out, the word from his interview was patience. That really was the key aspect for Monaco for me.
Now it's Coach Bartsokis.
Coach, difficult way to end the season, disappointment in the Final Four, but I mean, what can you do? Monaco played really well today.
Yes, they played really well. We were really very nervous. If you see our percentage on threes, it's a disaster. And at the same time, we didn't have patience. We wanted to finish the game early. We have to accept that Monaco played better.
That's great. Thanks very much, Coach.
Yeah, tough interview for Coach Bartsokis, but very classy. He said we've got to admit that Monaco played better. Certainly the defense for Monaco was outstanding, George. The three-point shooting for Olympiacos, 19%. They scored just 68 points, whereas through the season they averaged 86 points per game.
What a remarkable difference, and to shoot 19% in the semifinal game, what a disaster there for Olympiacos. Tough way to end their season.
Well, tonight's Motorola magic moment, plenty of choice. We'll see what our production crew has come up with here. I love this play from Strazel. Spins at midcourt, headmans it, one pass, and then the alley-oop to Daniel Theis. Upon his return to the EuroLeague, Daniel Theis with the stop to punctuate the end of that fast break. Look what it means to the Monaco team.
Look at the bench, look at the camaraderie. That's exactly what you saw throughout the game, not only in the Motorola magic moment of the game. A rightful win there for AS Monaco in the second semifinal of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
A career high for Evan Fournier, 31 points. That'll be scant consolation for him on his rookie season. His club came up short here in the semifinal. Well, our final highlights, the 15th ever meeting between former Euro Cup champions AS Monaco and three-time EuroLeague champions Olympiacos. Monaco paced in scoring by Alpha Diallo with a double deuce, 22 for Diallo. Mike James, our player of the game, had 17 points and 7 assists, a PIR of 29. Mamjaite, what a performance he had, 11 points. And it was 12 points from Jaron Blossomgame, another unsung hero. As for Olympiacos, 12 points from Williams Goss and 31 points from Evan Fournier. Sasha Vazenkov, for the first time all season, didn't get double digits, just 7 points for the Olympiacos superstar.
Well, an extremely fourth painful loss in the Final Four for Olympiacos after losing in the semifinals 3 years ago, then in the championship game 2 years ago, semifinal loss again last year, and they are down for the count again in the semifinal.
Yeah, your heart goes out to them because they play beautiful basketball when they're at their best. They just couldn't find that flow that Evan Fournier talked about.
It's tough, Liam. You play 34 regular season games, then you go to the playoffs, you go to the series. They got here after winning the series in 4 games, but just 40 minutes that make a difference in their season.
Exactly right. A final look at the numbers. We're going to take you now to take a look at the bracket. So our 2 semifinals are in the book. The first semifinal tonight, Fenerbahce beat Panathinaikos 82-76. And semifinal here, the one we just witnessed, semifinal A, Olympiacos come up short 68-78 for the 4th time in a row. It'll be a trophyless season in the Final Four for Olympiacos.
Not an easy situation, especially not if you celebrated the 100 years of existence of Olympiacos club. A very painful way.
Well, looking ahead, the games will take place on Sunday.
Many expected this to be
that was going to be your final, wasn't
the graphics for the championship game.
So the players get a day off tomorrow. They'll dust themselves down, and that will be your final AS Monaco Fenerbahce in the 25th anniversary edition of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Well, it's a great championship game coming up. Let's see how the teams prepare, okay, rest up, if they're gonna make it some final small tweaks in their strategy for the championship game. Of course, nothing major is to be expected.
Well, Monaco will advance to the finals. They'll try to best Fenerbahce. Look forward to that in 48 hours' time. On behalf of my partner, George Zidek, this is Liam Canny. Thank you for joining us in the Final Four here in Abu Dhabi, the first time ever outside the continent of Europe, the 25th anniversary edition of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with